Good morning once again, and thank you for watching Sunrise at Sea this morning. If you just joined us, you are right in time for wellness with me, Sandra Cope. And today I am back to talking to the good doctor, Dr. Moses Muliowa of St. Ruth's Medical Center. But today we're not talking about eczema. We are moving away from that and we are talking about tonsillitis. Good morning, doctor. How are you?
Morning, viewers. Morning, Sandra. Yeah.
It's good to have you on the show again. And like today,
My pleasure.
I said we were having a talk about tonsillitis. What is tonsillitis? People don't even know what this is.
Yeah, tonsillitis, also known as tonsil inflammation, is an inflammation of the two oval shaped parts of tissue that are behind at the back of the throat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Here.
Yes.
So they become inflamed. What causes this inflammation?
This inflammation is caused usually by viral infection, but also can be caused by bacterial infection.
So does it happen like if you drink contaminated water, or if you, how does it come about?
Its spread is usually by airborne respiratory droplets, which may come from a cough, a sneeze, and also can be through saliva, which is common with kissing, and also
Sharing cups,
sharing utensils. So in the other aspect of contaminated water,
yes,
of course, comes when if you have the tonsillitis and you share your cup with me, I can also get it.
I see. So what are the telltale signs? How do you know? What are the symptoms that you could have tonsils?
The common symptoms we have is a sore throat. You feel irritated within the throat. Then we have difficulty in swallowing. When you're trying to swallow,
you feel that pain.
Yeah. Then in most cases, it usually manifests with tenderness of the lymph nodes.
Oh, the lymph nodes.
Yeah.
Because they keep away infections,
Yes.
the lymph nodes. So it detects them.
That's your autoimmune of trying to fight that infection. So when they present, in most cases,
you just know there is something wrong. You have an infection in the body.
Yeah.
So to someone watching, if they are thinking they have tonsillitis, what are some of the home remedies they can do?
Commonly, even with this era of COVID-19,
yes,
we've seen many of them embracing tea with honey,
and ginger.
Yes, and ginger.
Turmeric.
Yes. So in most cases, that also works, but we also have the common salt water gargle, which we usually use to help toothing the throat, and also throat lozenges.
Oh, those are like the strepsils.
Yes. Which
also, you just nibble on those.
Yes, and it can help you tooth the throat, and also coupled with your autoimmune. So yeah,
it can just ward off the infection.
Yes.
But what if, I remember when I was young, I used to get tonsillitis all the time. What if for a child, because then it comes with a fever and they get really sick? What can someone do if it's their child?
In most cases with kids, we usually advise you to always seek the professionals. In most cases, you need to see a professional health worker who will be able to examine that child.
Yes.
Yeah, to really determine what is the cause of that high-grade fever. And in most cases, when we find that there are tonsillitis, we usually actually advise on investigations, what to be, some tests which need to be done. Then, when we get those tests, we are able to know the magnitude of the infection, and we treat accordingly. Yeah, so most of the common treatment range through non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. We have analgesics, common like the Panadols to control the fever. Then we look at a couple of antibiotics, but in most cases, we usually go with essential antibiotics, which ranges from different types. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I want to ask something else as well. I've had someone close to me have their tonsils recently removed, and this person never used to snore before, but then they started snoring so much, and then they went to an ENT, ear, nose, and throat specialist, and when she looked at the tonsils, she said they were gorged, and that's why this person started snoring. And the ENT actually advised that they should have them removed.
Yeah, actually, the ENT is specialized in this particular case. So his advice usually tends to be for the benefit of the patient. So in most cases, when these tonsillitis are out of hand, that is usually the common and the other best way of trying to give your client relief, by advising them to just completely remove them. But in most cases, it has helped many, and in most cases, we see people embracing it and really get through the kind of dangers which could have
occurred,
yeah,
if this was not taken to account.
Because if it continues, can end up.
What are the fatalities?
Into other fatalities, like of course, usually with kids, there is always that spark of high-grade fevers on and off all the time. So at times, most of the kids usually get with high-grade fevers may end up getting convulsions, and by the time you get to see a doctor, it's too late, and someone passes on. So it is something that has to be critical when it is usually into the extreme.
I see. And if this infection, because they say if there's an infection in this area, it is very dangerous, because it could affect the heart or the ears. Could a child go deaf if it goes untreated?
Yeah, by the virtue that this is still in the ENT system, in most cases it affects also other.
It escalates.
Yes, and also affects other organs around that are associated with that system. So
wow.
In most cases, that's when we always dig deep and say, please, if you detect anything of that kind, we advise to see a specialist. And this particular one is the ENT specialist.
Oh, wow. And you see, many people actually take this very lightly. Oh, I have tonsils, and they self-medicate. They buy cough syrup, they buy this. And most of the time, like you said, you have to have those particular drugs that the doctors prescribe. And for them, they don't have that information. Yeah. So during that time, things could be escalating, and they don't know that it's a very serious
like as I've always advised before, let's avoid over-the-counter medications, because you are not managing. You may be managing something right, but you don't know to what magnitude.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
The best is to always seek the professionals to be able to give you the best advice, and will always give you the best treatment. Otherwise, if you may take a drug when it is not to the magnitude of the infection. Yeah, so you may not even get any improvement. So in most cases, leading to other complications like fatalities, as we've discussed, mostly in children.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Well, thank you so much, doctor, for that information. Welcome. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us on the show again. It was really good to have you over.
My pleasure.
Well, you heard that from Dr. Moses Mulioa of St. Ruth's Medical Center, and he has been talking about tonsillitis. Please don't take this lightly. It's an infection. Don't use over-the-counter drugs. Make sure you see a medical specialist so that they can prescribe for you the right medication. Untreated tonsillitis can actually cause other fatalities, even death. So please be careful and make sure to see a medical professional. Well, that was all we had for you on the wellness segment with me, Sandra Cope, this morning. But don't go anywhere, because we'll be right back. Don't blink.